Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Euros Daily. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, the 24th of June. It's day 14 of Euro 2020, and it's the first day without any football. I'm Joe Carter, and I'll be your guide to this pan-European footballing party. Although today is kind of like that time at the party when, like, it all dies down a bit, and like the speaker breaks or something like that, and then everyone has to sort of figure out what they're doing. And then come Saturday, when Saturday comes, the football will be back and it'll be more joyous than ever. It will be an encore of epic proportions. Lots to get through today with yesterday's games to review. 4 massive games. We're going to check in on our fantasy football league as well now that the group stage is over. Roz has got his man of the match day and Dick of the day awards and his iconic stat of the day. All of that here to come on Euros Daily. Comment, like, subscribe, allow notifications, and share this video. Share the love, grow us. Alongside me today is the man who predicted that Germany would finish bottom of Group F, and he wasn't far off. There was a point last night where he could have felt that sweet vindication at the expense of the Germans. Instead, he's got to wait until Tuesday evening. It is, of course, Roz Mac. How's it going, Roz?
Not too bad. Yeah, in fact, there was a point. So I think my predictions yesterday for the Group of Death games was 4-2 France and 1-0 Hungary. For a long time, that was on the cards. It was 2-0 and it was 1-0, and it's like,
yes,
could happen. But I think for like such a big prediction in Germany finishing bottom in a group with Hungary, I feel like I came close enough. I'm quite satisfied that it was still on the cards with about 10 minutes to go. So I'll take it.
Indeed, it was, and there was no shortage of goals last night. 18 goals across the 4 games yesterday, breaking all kinds of records for tournaments and stuff. So we're going to get straight to it. Oh, go on, Roz. Is this your stat of the day?
No, you should have stolen one of my stats of the day. But
Have I custard pied you? Sorry.
I had 3 stats of the day, Joe. So you've taken one of them, but it's all good. I've got 2 more lined up.
Okay, are they for now or later?
Let's do them now anyway. It's all about England, Germany, which I, for one, am actually feeling pretty positive about. Having watched it, there's a reason I didn't just think, let's like be controversial and say that Germany are going to finish bottom of their group. I've watched quite a few of their qualifiers. From what I've seen in all the group games, they played well in one of them, poorly in 2 of them.
Yeah.
So bring it on. But yeah, so 2 stats today. The first one is that England, according to like some sort of stats model, we are 54.6% likely to win this game. Don't tell me how they worked that out. I think it's something like 8% likely to win the whole thing, but we are favourites going into this game.
And is that 8% out of our own potential 100%, or is that 8% out of the 100% shared between the whole team, the whole tournament?
You're talking to me like I'm a stats expert, Joe. And,
well, look, you've got one bloody job on this podcast. One job. All you need to do is... No, not really. Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what. Do you want to give us the other one a bit later?
They divide it. I think they divide all the teams and the likelihood, and that's what gives us, I think, an 8.5% chance.
Okay. Nice.
Out of the remaining 16 teams, which isn't bad, really.
Not bad, not bad.
But anyway, the other stat, which is going to make you, it's going to bring you right back down to earth. This is the 8th time we've played Germany at a major tournament, which is more than any other team that we played. When was the last time that we knocked them out?
Don't say 66.
55 years of hurt.
Oh, ouch. Okay, right. Well, it's coming home, so it's all right. Let's get on to the matches yesterday then at 5 o'clock. Sweden took on Poland at the St. Petersburg Stadium in St. Petersburg in Russia. Emil Forsberg bagged another couple. 2nd minute, 59th minute, before Lewandowski came back with 2 of his own, 61st and 84th minute. And then Klaassen, however you say it. Excuse me for not knowing. That's very ignorant. But, that's me. That's what we do here on Euros Daily. We know everything about every single player. There's only, 24 times 26 teams to remember. So it's fine. Players, even. I'm going on a rant. Roz, it's your turn to rant. Go. What did you make of this game?
It's less than that because Spain only have 24.
All right. 24 times 26
Yeah,
minus
so
2.
It's 23 times 26 plus 24.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
No, it's I didn't watch it. I watched sort of the highlights as they came in and watched the full highlights afterwards. But Sweden actually looked pretty decent. I know Arsenal were looking at Emil Forsberg not so long ago,
Wow.
And he looks like a pretty tidy player for a side that was sort of going in with this kind of rally of Zlatan coming back out of retirement and playing alongside Isak. They've actually done very well in a potentially difficult group. Their next game is against Ukraine. I fancy that they'll probably win that and then fall to England in the next round because he is coming home.
Yeah, and it's
on
our side of the draw, isn't it? On our side of the draw.
Yeah.
Lewandowski, like you're about to say, I think, bagging a couple of goals. It's not enough, though. Sweden ran out group winners, which, was also a kind of group of death in itself as well. Sweden, Spain, Slovakia, Poland. That could have gone all kinds of different ways. Sweden did enough to get the win, and they won the group, and they've been handed a favourable draw, you got to say, with the Ukraine up against in the last 16. In the other group, in the other match in Group E, Slovakia. I mean, were they playing? I don't know if Slovakia turned up, did they? Or did they send out some doppelgangers? Because Spain were all over them. Tell us what happened for this 5-0 victory, Roz.
Well, Spain have been insane at sort of the whole tournament. They haven't really been, but they haven't got the wins until yesterday. But they've kept that philosophy. Pedri's played well. A few players have kind of shown signs. They've controlled the ball. They were just looking for that one player to kind of put it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
And they found him. And his name's Ravka, and he plays for Newcastle. It was probably, I'd say, up there with the worst goalkeeping howlers I've ever seen. The ball sort of coming. I'm sure everyone's seen it, but he just sort of like literally knocks it in.
Yeah.
Astonishing. Everyone's saying that Spain have finally arrived. The Slovakia were that poor.
Yeah.
Slovakia, that was the worst performance. Like they were absolutely
and
shocking.
It was one of 2 own goals, accompanied by Ferran Torres' goal. Sarabia got one, and Aymeric Laporte registering for his new nation.
Yeah. Did you see the Torres goal? It's his first touch. Sort of back heel.
Yeah, beautiful.
Gorgeous goal, but literally his first touch. On fantasy, I had Ferran Torres and Pau Torres. Both of them started on the bench, but both of them got points for me with their first touches because Pau Torres got an assist for one of the own goals.
Beautiful. Well, there you go, Roz. If that was a points kind of earner in fantasy, you'd be laughing. Scored with first touch, extra 5 points. You'd love that, wouldn't you? So Spain
I'm
ended
sure
up.
It is in the German game, mate. I'm sure it is in the German.
In the German fantasy, yeah. Anything goes in that fantasy, doesn't it? Okay, so yeah, Spain running out 5-0 winners there, and they face Croatia in Copenhagen on Monday afternoon or early evening, depending on what time zone you're in. Morning, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever. We'll get on to Group F now, the so-called Group of Death. And, where should we start, Roz? Germany, Hungary, or Portugal, France? Or do you want to do them together? Because everyone watched them both at the same time, and everyone's mind was frazzled constantly of the permutations. Apparently, throughout the evening, Portugal were first, second, third, and fourth in the group at different points. Yeah. So tell us how it unfolded for you, the whole thing. Let's go for it. Let's try it.
Yeah, sure. So the Germans went a goal down to one of the Allies, which is what I predicted. I said one of them, and it was one of them.
1-0 to the Shallows, did you say?
Yeah, one of them. Probably the striker.
Is that
Hungary's a really good header?
Hungary's new nickname, the Shallows. Hungary's new nickname, the Shallows.
Yeah, but they don't need a nickname anymore because they're out, so we don't need to talk about them.
Wow, callous.
No, it's just I don't know how many more games were in Hungary actually because they had a cracking atmosphere to be fair for them. But no, so they went in front at Germany, which put them, I think France Portugal was level by then, so it put Hungary second. Is that right? And Germany fourth.
Oh, it was then all over the place.
Germany equalised, and then Hungary scored again seconds later, just off. But in between that, they took off their goal scorer. It's hilarious. Germany were like, right, Havertz has banged in the equaliser. Don't need him anymore. Keep it tight, lads. Keep it tight. And Germany, Hungary go up the other end, get it to 2-1. That game finishes with a Goretzka equaliser. Absolutely twatted it.
Breaking Hungarian hearts.
2-0.
Yeah.
The France Portugal game was a game of sort of contentious penalties, wasn't it? I've seen people have like very passionate views either way on all of them. Look, so the Reece one where he like absolutely smashes the guy. Was it who was it that went up for it? Was it Danilo? I can't remember. That gets absolutely, basically punched by the Reece. I think Rio Ferdinand called it GBH. I've seen other people sort of like going, that's never a penalty, it's never a penalty. Other people say, oh, goalkeepers get too much protection and all that kind of stuff. Either way, it was a penalty because it was given. Ronaldo scores well. At least we know that someone can score penalties at this tournament.
They were all saved up for this game, weren't they?
Hmm?
They were all saved up for this game, weren't they?
Yeah, clearly. Because then France get their own penalty, and that's Semedo barging the guy. Can't remember who was through. Was it Griezmann or Mbappe? Mbappe who won it. And he sort of just shoves him. And for me, that was a penalty. But then everyone else is saying that it wasn't, and who knows. But the best bit about the whole game was after that penalty. And that was when Pepe was telling Rui Patricio which way that Benzema was going to go. Because obviously Pepe played with Benzema for many years at Real Madrid. So you've literally got Benzema like, wait to take penalty. And then Pepe sort of behind him like pantomime villain. He's going that way. He's going that way. He's going to your right.
Also,
to left.
another one about Pepe was that when was it Semedo was injured late on in the game and Pepe signalled over to the bench. The physios didn't come on. Pepe just turned around and went, "Yep, sub. He's got to sub him," and he did. Did you get the feeling with the Portugal team that actually Ronaldo and Pepe are in charge? And the manager's just there for show. It was like in stoppage time as well when they'd found out the other result and they were just knocking it about, just saving anyone getting injured or whatever. And then the Portugal manager, I can't even remember his name. That's how much I know about him. But he's like going, go up the field, attack. And they're all just ignoring him. Poor bloke.
He won the last Euros. Manager, didn't he? You would have, And I can't remember his name, but even in that final, Ronaldo got injured in the opening minutes, and then he was on the touchline the whole game. And then all the players after it were going, "Oh yeah, Ronaldo got us through that match. Actually, he was managing us through. He was telling us where to stand." You want something.
Absolutely thankless task for that Portugal manager, and I will find his name when I can.
But the best thing about it is that Patricio either didn't see him. No, I think Patricio didn't see him because he literally was doing it the whole time. Patricio dived the other way. Benzema did go the way that Pepe predicted. Then Pepe goes up to him and goes, "What the hell, man? I was saying to go that way." And Patricio was like, "Well, why didn't you tell me?" Just like proper pantomime. It was great.
Fernando Santos is the manager. Right, blimey.
Yeah.
Right, but enough about him. Let's have a little word about one man that we all love to watch on the football pitch, and that is Antonio Mateo Lahoz, the Spanish nutcase manager who managed this game.
It's funny.
Best manager. Best ref. Ref. I'm calling him a manager. What is wrong with me today? Sorry, I've been at work all day. I've just got in and we're doing this podcast. The nutcase referee, Lahoz, supposedly best ref in the world. Did the Champions League final. Set to do the final here. I think he is a great ref.
I think he's brilliant.
Lineker on BBC was saying that he's got a big ego. I think that's a funny one coming from Lineker, but
I think it's because Barcelona didn't win the league this season.
Yeah, or Leicester. Not that would matter. But...
No, I think it's a great ref, and I think to be a good ref, you need a little bit of an ego, don't you? Maybe not sort of Mike Dean levels, but certainly you need the respect of the players to sort of control them.
Yeah,
because, they get dog's abuse, refs. So, I think it's a very good ref. And I think actually all the sort of contentious decisions in this game, I think you could make a very good argument that you got them right. So
absolutely. And so Group F finished with France in top spot, Germany second, Portugal third, Hungary bottom, which is actually as the night started. That's how it started at the beginning of the night. Both teams drawing 2-2. Nothing changes at all. France getting through with 5 points. You sense that they haven't got going yet. Germany and Portugal, I think they're dangerous, wounded animal potential kind of banana skin ties. I'm glad we're on the side of the draw we are, we being England. Just because if we can get past Germany, then we might have a chance at getting to the final. Is that dangerous?
If we get past Germany, which I think we will. Then we're playing Ukraine or Sweden, which we should win. And then we are most likely playing the Netherlands, because it's the Netherlands, Wales, Denmark, and
Ukraine.
no, that's
No.
on the top. The bottom.
Sorry, they're
four.
with Sweden, aren't they?
But
Yeah.
I think whoever it is, they're not a favourite. It'll be the Netherlands, Czech Republic, is it?
That's it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the Netherlands are going through against Wales or Denmark. I think it'll be the Netherlands, but I've been calling the Netherlands out all tournament. Like, they look shaky at the back as soon as they get a real, some real competition.
Yeah.
I fancy us for the final. I genuinely do. Don't know what will happen in the final, but we should beat Germany, and we should win the quarters and the semis as well.
Well, yeah, interesting stuff to come. I'm certainly looking forward to the game on Tuesday. Man of the match day, dick of the day, Roz, for yesterday.
I'm kind of torn. I think for dick of the day, I'm going to go for Dubravka, just because it was such a spectacular error. But I would also be tempted to go for Morata, just because, if they didn't have if they actually had a goal scorer, someone that could actually finish, then I'd say they were most people's favourites, Spain.
Yeah.
But, really he's just had a shocker of a tournament. Missed a penalty, didn't he? So, yeah, dick of the day, I'm probably going to go for Dubravka. For man of the match day, let's go for Ronaldo.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Just because it's never easy, is it, taking a second penalty against the same goalkeeper? If you've scored the first one, it's just it becomes a sort of bluff squared kind of thing. A double, triple bluff, quadruple bluff.
But also, he's equalled that international scoring record of Ali Dai's, hasn't he, of 109 goals. And now, what motivation he's got going into the last 16 to score again, to beat that record and at a tournament. He's now the top scoring player in tournament football, isn't he, as well? Mm-hmm. Ridiculous guy. The gift that keeps on giving. Another gift that keeps on giving, well, me, is fantasy football. Should we have a look at the table?
Here we go.
So here it is as it stands after the group stage. This is the top 10. There are 22 in our league. And from the bottom up, let's go. In at number 10 is Andrew McKinnon. We're Peckham United on 139 points. Then it's Matt Basley's Your Own. Then Dragons, Jim Rigg. You row your boat. That's Mus. Then Lard Lad, which is Phoenix Frets. Then BRFC, which is Jack. Then fourth is Roz County. Roz. Then third is Oh Tommy Tommy. That's Rumble 150. Then second is myself. I don't care. I love it. And top, still, day one leader. It is Dominator. DB92's team, Dominator. And if you just look at some of those points tallies as well, Roz, I mean, not bad, eh? Up in the 80s.
He's beatable. It's fun. I think he's about 40 points in front of me. So that works out at gaining 10 per match day.
Yeah, you're going to send out a message to him now. Send out a message to Dominator right now.
Come on for you, boy. No, he's also used his Limitless. You've seen that? I think the lowest points tally he got, and this proves that he's just he just plays the averages. He doesn't really actually know anything about football.
Seems to be working.
He on the second, or I think it was the second week, he played his Limitless. I think that was the worst points tally he got. So he's already used one of his wild cards. I've still got them both to play.
You actually get infinity subs this week, don't you?
You get infinity subs, but you get a limitless budget.
Oh no, I mean this week, don't you get infinity subs going into the knockout stages?
You do. And then you get 3 the following week, then 5 the following week, then 5 the following week.
Yeah. So I actually played my limitless chip last week. No, for this match day to get my 82 points to get me up there. So.
Oh, okay. Is that why you overtook me this week, didn't you?
So it was tactically the right time to play it for me because I had my 2 first group stage games. Then I knew I'd get limitless subs after the group stage. So I did my limitless chip. And I left De Bruyne on the bench. It would have been an extra 6 points because I had one that was a 0 as well. So it could have been even better. I just had a bit of a mess.
You got half the teams going out the following week.
Yeah,
you've only got 3 subs.
I chose the right players. I chose the right players. Don't you worry. I chose the right players. I'll see you at the weekend, monsieur, for the last 16. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We will be with you tomorrow and Saturday as well. Tomorrow we'll have a little tongue-in-cheek review of the group stage, shall we say. And then Saturday we'll be previewing those two last 16 games on Saturday. Thanks very much for watching. If you've made it this far, well done. I'm certainly impressed that I have made it this far. I'm going to go to bed now. And I will see you, Roz, bright and early in the morning. What should we do? Sort of 9 o'clock?
Yeah, why not? I'm on holiday.
Let's start an early one, 9 o'clock. Okay? No boozing tonight. See you at 9 in the morning, all right?
Sounds good.